Good morning and welcome to day 117 on the AT. My name is Mosey and this is Rissaroams. We're rolling out of camp a little later than usual, but that's okay. I decided to sleep in. I was tired and today, would have originally been a 13.9 mile day, but I stopped a little short, so it's 14.7, but still not very far. Going to the Gateway Motel today. They do $5 tenting. Gonna tent there because there's no water, and I may have to make the 2.7 liters I have last until there. We shall see. And there's not really any water past there either, so we're definitely stopping there, which leaves 15.5 miles into Delaware Water Gap the next day, which is exciting. Have a shuttle planned for 4, which I think will give me plenty of time as long as the rocks don't slow me down too much to get there. And then we're off to Newark. But yeah, so slept in. It was a chilly morning. A guy came into the campsite last night after I was already in my tent helming his dog. I felt pretty bad. He ended up setting his tent up next to where I put my bear can. So I did kind of wait until he was stirring this morning to get it, because his dog was nice, but definitely would growl when it heard movement. When I got up to use the restroom, it growled at me. So I just waited until they were up and moving to get my bear can. I wasn't afraid of the dog, but just didn't want to upset it. So we're rolling. Oh, here we go. So just ran back into Seashell and Lamp. They asked where I tented, and I told them, past the road, and they're like, there's no water there. I was like, oh, well, my friends left me water, and she's like, oh, nice. I asked them where they stayed, and they said they just stayed by the road, and I asked, how did you get water? There was an extra gallon I left behind. I hope you found it. And she's like, okay, yeah, we did. We felt bad because it said for Moe's. They weren't sure if it was me or not, but they knew if it was me, I was probably ahead and it was fine. But they said they sat there for a while and contemplated, is it okay? Am I stealing this person's water? I said eventually around midnight, they just caved and took it. And I'm like, yeah, no, they were just gonna pack it out when they came back to trail tomorrow if you didn't get it. So I'm so glad you found it. So that was wonderful. Yeah, we were all really hoping that water cache would be there, but it was not. So they have water, and they're packing out the empty jug too. So very glad that the water was not wasted and the trash is being packed out. Meanwhile, I have just under 2.7 liters left. I'm just taking baby sips, trying to ration the water as much as I can. The cache up ahead, 23, commented on it last night, said it is now empty. I'm now gonna hope that it gets refilled, and then there could be water at the shelter, but it hasn't. No one has commented on it in over a week, so I can't really rely on the fact that it's flowing. So yeah, this is rough. I know this trail is not as bad as some, but even still, going this far without any water options is pretty wild. And I'm sure if I wasn't so behind the bubble, caches would be a bit more reliable. But I have to say I'm very glad that I'm not doing this date in the heat wave we were having a couple weeks ago. I would not be okay. Oh, little fawn back there. Yes. Ugh. I was worried these were all going to be empty because 23 said they were empty last night. Ugh. Thankful I don't have to ration. Just saw the comment on Far Out from Water Woman who restored the cache at 7 a.m. today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Sitting here and drinking the water I have and gonna have some electrolytes and then top off. Very, very happy. I have to say though, if you talk to anyone who's done PA, they will say these are the rocks they hate. Not the big ones, it's the little ones. These are the ones you can't avoid. You step on wrong, you twist your ankle, you trip constantly, you can't get a consistent stride because you're always having to think about where you step. And I have to say, yes, there's many more of them here. But it's been like this. This was my complaint about Virginia too. The little rocks. I hate them. They're so much worse than the big ones. And all that being said, I still love Pennsylvania. I think it's beautiful. I think it gets way more hate than it deserves. I think it's a lot easier than people make it out to be. I know I've had some sketchy climbs and some difficult rock situations, but honestly, no, I really like PA. Unless something happens in the next 22 miles, 22 and a half miles to change it. All right, just had a little lunch break. Ran into Ridge Runner Lil John, talked to him for a minute. We are back on trail, less than 6 miles to the motel where I'm gonna tent tonight. It's a little after 2 o'clock. All right. I have to say, today is probably my least favorite day in Pennsylvania so far. Haven't had a break from the rocks in a minute, and not anything to see on this stretch of trail today. So just a long day staring at rocks. My feet are a little sore. Pennsylvania's gonna break my stride. Pennsylvania's gonna slow me down. Whoa, whoa. It's hard to keep it moving. 2 more miles. We can do this. Whew. I just looked at the map and saw that the descent down into Wind Gap, which is 0.7 more miles, is switchbacks. Yes. I don't think I've had any switchbacks in PA. I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong, but it's been a while, and I am happy to see a gradual descent instead of straight down the mountain.
Add to the channel.
Always. Everyone says there's gonna have to be a cat count at the end.